Testing, testing. Hi, everyone. Hey, hi, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar brought to you by IC Markets. We're going to do a live analysis session. Today is the 16th of June. It's about 3:30 here in Singapore. Okay, let's do the disclaimer. So before I begin with anything, just a friendly reminder that anything I share in this webinar should not be construed as any form of trading advice, any form of investment advice, or any kind of signal to enter and exit the market. I know we're going onto the live charts, and I know we are basically essentially doing a analysis, but that is purely for you. Hi, Jamilu. That is purely for you guys to see um the analysis from a different perspective that is not yours, okay, to see how someone else would usually do the analysis, but it is not for you guys to copy blindly. It's more for you guys to implement into your own trading. Hi, Jamilu. Okay, I'm gonna have to stay here for a few minutes so you guys can actually read through the disclaimer and then we'll continue. Okay, hi guys, I'm back. So let's introduce your host. You guys already know who I am. My name is Cassandra. You guys can call me Cass. I'm an investment analyst and a prop trader. So if you guys have any questions regarding trading or anything at all, ask me in the chat box. I'll try my best to answer you to the best of my ability. I'm not going to go into too much detail with the introduction today because most of you are regular, right? Regulars. So you guys already know the drill. You guys already know how this works. Okay, agenda for today, key approaches on the live charts, and then cheat sheet checklist. This cheat sheet, again, is for trend traders. I do need to go through this. Trend trading, meaning that I need to know if price is going up or down. I will then use a trend line or a channel to identify the movement, followed by horizontal levels, whether it's a pullback, overlap, swing high, swing lows, to identify the entry, the stop loss, and take profit. After that is done, I'll see if there's any chart patterns, any death or golden crosses, any natural moving averages, any stochastics and RSI, any kind of correlations, then I will know whether I'm going in for a reversal or a breakout. Okay, that's basically it. Okay, so yeah, thank you for sitting through that. Let me pull out the charts and then we can start today's session. Okay, let's kind of review what happened last week. Give me a sec to make sure everything's okay. Mid to high probably set up, but this ended up hitting the stop loss. That's okay. That's okay, it happens. Yes, I did take this trade last week and I did take the loss. So again, very transparent with you guys. Whatever I do in this webinar is purely things that I would do in my own real life. Okay. Give me a sec. Let me go and I don't know why this is not loading. Can you guys let me know in the chat box if you guys can see my screen? I should be on XAUUSD right now. Let me know in the chat box because on Zoom it looks like it's not streaming. Okay, thank you, Nina. Yes, XAUUSD and audio is clear. Everything is working. Okay, cool. Let's start with XAUUSD from last week. So mid probably confident with the downtrend. Entry may not be strong, but it's It's the only visible one I can see nearby. So last week, my thoughts were that price is gonna pull up to this red box and then drop from there. It did happen. It worked out very nicely. It did pull up to this red box. So you can see this candle touching the red box. It didn't go very near to the entry though. I did not get into this trade because I put my sell order here at this number, 4380 area. It went into the red box. So you can see that price went into the red box. It's just that it didn't reach to my entry. For me, when I put a box, right, I put a zone. I put a zone. I will try to aim for the furthest end of the zone. So that because of my style of trading, because I want to be very, very careful, I want to have the best entry possible. Sometimes I end up not getting in on a trade because I was being, I would say, too ambitious, or rather I wanted to be too safe. Okay, so I didn't get into this trade even though it ended up working out. So price did go into the red box and then from there it dropped to the take profit. So this actually worked out. It's just that I personally did not get in because I missed the entry for this. Right? I said that price is going to come anywhere within this red box, but more specifically, this purple line. I remember it so clearly. No, this blue line. Okay, I remember it so clearly. That was what I said last week. I was not very confident with the entry, but I was confident with the directional bias. So I was confident that price is going down. I'm just not very sure where exactly price is going to go down from. Okay, so this worked out, just that I didn't personally get in. So that's the thing about trading, right? It's not just about your analysis, it's also about execution. So I didn't get in. Yeah. Okay, I would have gotten into this already, right? I would have gotten into this and I would still be in this trade because I put a pending order here. So I put a pending order here and the stop loss was here. Did not change anything from last week. That means I would still be in this trade. I have not looked at my trading account since last week because you guys know I know my own limitations. If I open the trade and I see that it's on red, even if it didn't touch my stop loss, sometimes I will panic and I will stop the trade prematurely. Or if I see that it's green or whatever it is, I will stop the trade prematurely because I don't have the kind of self-control. So what do I do to stop myself from doing that? I don't look at the trade until it is over. Okay, so now that we are here on the same charts, looking at the same trades, I know that it's not over yet. Okay, but there is one thing I do want to change now that we are on the charts. I will want to put my take profit a bit lower, a bit nearer. Okay, so last week when it was here, my take profit was here, but now that I'm on the charts again, I probably want to move it a bit lower to here or here. Okay, so that the probability of hitting the stop loss is higher. So then I would need, because right now I'm still at entry, I will probably wait for it to move down a little and I'll move my stop loss back to where the entry is. Okay, so that it becomes a zero risk trade for me. It becomes a zero risk trade for me. So what is very important here is not how much money you make, it's how much money you make based on the risk. Because I know people who make a lot of money, but they are also taking a lot of risk. I know someone who makes so much money from trading, but he doesn't use a stop loss, which is crazy to me. I don't know how you cannot use a stop loss because one day all it's going to take is one bad trade and you are going to lose your entire account if you are not manually getting out. So that being said, I know someone who spent 2 years building the trading account from a very small account to $200,000, 2 years to do that, right? And it only took them 1 month or 1 week or something to happen for them to lose the entire $200,000 account. It is because they let their guard down and they're not using a stop loss. So stop loss is the key for me. It is like, why would you jump into the ocean without a life jacket? Even if you are a very strong swimmer, anything could happen to you in the ocean, right? A life jacket is there to prevent you from drowning. Same, a stop loss is there to prevent your account from going bust. Okay, so now that I see this, I'm probably going to move my entry. Even if I think it's a buy or sell, whatever it is, I'm going to look at it in a while. We shall see in a while. Okay, so EUR USD. I would say out of 3 analysis that I did last week, EURUSD is the only one that hit the stop loss. So I've officially hit the stop loss. I got in to all 3 trades. I got into all 3 trades. Okay, exactly at where the stop loss is. XAU, not that I got in, I put a sell order. Okay, I put my order for all 3 trades, and this one did not work out. This one still running, and this one is stopped out. Okay, so I'm at -1% right now. Let's see what we have. Okay, so let me get rid of everything. Give me one moment, guys. Yeah, give me one moment. I just realized I'm on the wrong. Okay, there you go. Sorry, I was on the wrong account just now. This is the correct account. Okay, this is XAUUSD, ETHUSD, and let's go to EURUSD. You know, so oddly, I still see a sell for EURUSD, right? I still see a sell for EURUSD, just that it could be that the sell is a bit higher from where I expected it to be. Okay, because again, if I'm looking at the weekly time frame, using the bigger time frame as a guide, there is a lot of it's time for a sell. Okay, so it could be that the sell is probably maybe a bit higher. Hey, what's happening? Why is my pen? Okay, there you go. Maybe it's a bit higher before it wants to come down for a sell, but basically, once that downtrend starts, it is going to drop. Okay, it's just that probably hasn't started yet. Okay, so maybe I was too ambitious aiming for it to happen so soon. Okay, yeah, it's definitely not started. It's just going sideways. This is going to be a sell. Not right now, but eventually it's going to be a sell. So let's just talk about Wyckoff method for a little while. Wyckoff method, Wyckoff method. Let me pull that out. Wyckoff theory. Okay, let me just randomly choose one where copy image. I'm gonna paste this here so we can all reference it together. Okay, so what happens with the Wyckoff is that there is going to be an uptrend. Okay, so we saw the uptrend happening, right? This is the uptrend. Then there's going to be a fake out, okay, a false rally, which already happened here. Okay, and then a little bit more of consolidation will come back one more time or move a little bit more, come back one more time, and then it will drop. Okay, that's the idea of it. Okay, but I mean, this is just a rough analysis. This could just be the buying climax, to be honest. This could just be the start of the Wyckoff method. This could just be the start of it, right? This could just be the first buying climax here. And then later we'll see another fake out happening. Okay, so what my point is, right? My point is not that. Okay, my point is that we should be in a consolidation period for EURUSD. Remember, when we go through the cheat sheet, this chart is for a trending market. Okay? This is only used for trending market, whether it's an uptrend or downtrend. But we can see from EURUSD that it is just going sideways. It's been going sideways since it's been going sideways since the 30th of June, 2025. It's been going sideways for almost a year now. Okay, because remember, this is a weekly time frame. This is a daily time frame. So even if there is ever a downtrend, I have EU sell at 1162. You can just keep playing within this sideways market, right? You can just keep playing within the sideways market. Yeah, I am gonna look at this one more time, and if I don't see that is a very good entry, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna call for sell. I'm going to go for sell, but I just don't. Okay, so they could be two. I'm trying to make this make sense. Okay, guys, hold on. Remember sideways market? If you ask me, I prefer not getting into a sideways market, but for the sake of just coming out with an analysis, sure. Sure, let's do this. I'm going to be very, very conservative with this analysis. Okay, I'm going to be very, very conservative with this analysis. Um, okay, give me a moment to think about this. Okay, how do I be conservative? Because this is, in my what I'm seeing is that it's not exactly the most risk-free. Okay, I will only call for sell if price breaks this green box here. Okay, it needs to break. It needs to come back and retest, and then I will consider going in for a sell. That means I don't like playing breakouts. If you guys have ever noticed, I always avoid breakouts. I always go for reversal or reversal trades. Okay, the reason why I do that because breakouts require you to look at the charts. I don't like that. I like to put my order and then not look at it until next week. Okay, but the problem with a breakout is that you need to come back and see if it fulfilled the requirement. So a breakout, it needs to break, it needs to come back and retest and reject this area, and then it will continue down, right? That's the problem with a breakout. I need to come back in a few hours and check on it. Okay, I'm gonna do this analysis, but I'm not going to get into this trade because I know for a fact that I won't come back and review this. Okay, once I'm done with this webinars with you guys, I don't really come back and look at the charts anymore until next week. Okay, the other time during the week, I'm actually doing research on like macro analysis or whatnot. Okay, fundamental analysis, macro economics and whatnot. Okay, so again, it needs to break. Come back and retest. Stop loss will be nice here, but I know the risk to reward will not be great if I put the stop loss there. So my take profit will be this being very conservative, to be honest. Okay, I'm gonna aim here. I'm gonna aim. Why am I not aiming the bottom of the bottom? You don't ever aim for the bottom. You always aim like above the bottom in case it doesn't reach. Okay, so if I'm doing this, this would be quite conservative, I think. Again, I'm not getting into this trade. I am not getting into this trade because I do not like playing breakout trades. I do not want to come back and review this. I want to put my order and then I want to only come back when it's over. Okay, so this is essentially what I think is going to happen. A break, a pullback, and please be kind enough to drop the link for the replay. Hey, Abel. Okay, so you would need to, I think you missed our introduction just now. So I'm actually not from IC Markets. IC Markets invite us, my team, to do this webinars for them. So I have no idea where these recordings go to. I have no idea anything that is back end related for IC Markets. My job is just to come and do these webinars for you guys at a certain timing. So if you are requesting for the replay, you just have to email IC Markets and just be like, hey, IC Markets, I attended Cassandra's webinar on the 16th of June at 3:30 p.m. It was a live analysis session. Can I have the recording to that webinar? Okay, and IC Markets will reply you with the recording link. I personally have no idea how to retrieve it, but yes, just drop IC Markets an email and they will get that done for you. Also, for the regulars here, if you guys like seeing me, you can write a feedback to IC Markets to let them know so that they will increase my webinar frequency if you want to. Up to you, okay? But anyways, any feedback to them is good for us. So yeah, if you want to retrieve the link, please email IC Markets directly. Cass, they can check YouTube IC Markets. Oh, okay. Thanks, Nina. So, Nina said that you can just retrieve the recording or you can rewatch the recording on YouTube. So go to IC Markets YouTube page and the recording should be there. Okay, so yeah, I need the break for the confirmation, come back and retest and that. Okay, now let's go on to the other parts of the cheat sheet. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. I need this, 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 and this. Okay, so let's pull out. Do you guys see any chart patterns? I personally don't see any chart patterns. I don't think a chart pattern's gonna happen. No chart pattern, so let me just pull out. Yeah, I'm definitely not getting into this trade. It's very choppy. Do you see how price is just cutting through? Oh, why does this keep happening? Why does that keep happening? Oh, sorry. I accidentally keep pressing on that. Oh, very cool. So now TradingView has this question mark. Click here to learn more. Very cool. Okay, anyways, I don't need to learn more. I already know how to use this. Right. So what I don't like about what's happening right now is like, can you see this green line here? That's the 50 moving average. The white is the 200 moving average. Okay. Can you see how price is like it's very choppy. It's like cutting through the 50 moving average, cutting through, and then cut through again. So it's not really respecting the 50 moving average. I really don't like that. That's why this will not be accurate. Using the 50 and the 200 moving average to look for death and golden cross wouldn't be accurate. But if we are looking at the 50 and the 200 moving average, it is kind of indicating that there is a downtrend. Okay, that's one thing. So now I'm going to show you guys how to use a natural moving average. A natural moving average is when you pull out a moving average and you adjust it based on the movement of the chart. So we already saw that when the settings was as 50, price does not respect the charts, right? Okay, so when it's at 50, you can see price doesn't respect the chart. So let's change it to a different setting. Let's try 70. I think that's a little bit better, but it can be better. 80, 90, 100, 120. Okay, the natural moving average doesn't really work. 150. I guess 150 works-ish. Not exactly the best, but yeah. Okay, so what was I trying to do was trying to adjust the setting of the moving average so that it works as a support and resistance. So you can see price came here, reversed, price came here, reversed. This is not really the best settings because you can see that it was a break. Then it was a break. Now it's using the moving average as the support again. And here it broke. Okay, so obviously this is not the best settings either. Let's try to adjust the settings again until we can find one that makes is even better than 150. Nothing happened. Okay, 155 is not the number. 165? Nothing happened either. 190? I guess this is as good as I can find it, right? So basically you can see that price is kinda. Let me change this to a different color. Price is kind of respecting this moving average where every time it comes near, it will reverse and then it breaks. It comes near, it reverses. It comes near, it reverses. It comes near. This was like a little, that's a little bit of a fake out. Okay, so I'll accept that. It comes near. Obviously, when it comes to natural moving average, it's not going to be perfect, but this is as close as I can get it as of right now. Okay, can see how it comes near and reverses. Now we are here again and it reverses. So the question now is it done? Is it time to go down or does it want to go up one more time? Okay, so as of now, I will only consider getting in a sell if the breakout happens. If it doesn't happen, then there is no sell entry. Okay, again, I'm not even going to get into this trade because I don't like playing breakouts to begin with. I will not come back and review this later on after this webinar ends, that is for sure. Okay, so I'm definitely not getting into this trade. Okay, and also a engulfing candle just appeared. If this closes green, I am going to be very doubtful of that sell. Okay, so an engulfing candle is where the candle after the last candle is bigger than the one previously. And if it's green, it is showing bullishness, okay, or indicating some kind of bullishness. Okay, so I'm happy that it's a sell. I just need it to break for a last confirmation. Okay, what else do I need? Stochastics RSI. So we've done this. There's no chart patterns. Death and golden crosses don't really work. Natural moving averages, it's okay. Let's pull out stochastics and RSI. RSI and stochastics. What am I looking out for stochastics and RSI is basically a divergence. Okay, I'm looking for a divergence. Okay, where was I? Yeah, I don't really see any divergence happening. This is not a divergence. Okay, I won't consider this a divergence. A divergence is when the oscillator is showing one direction and the charts is showing the opposite direction. Okay, but in this case, this is showing up, this is also showing up. This is very normal because why? It coincides because this is just an indication of a pullback, right? Pullbacks are totally normal. There's nothing wrong with a pullback. Yeah. So again, we'll only get in if a breakout happens, otherwise no entry for me. I mean, no entry for me regardless, but yes. I am not very happy looking at this engulfing candle, but yes. Um, it is what it is. Okay, so this is what I have for EUR/USD. I personally think it's a sell as well. I just don't know if it's gonna be a sell right now. Okay. Because looking on the charts I grew, technically there is a little bit of room for price to go up still before I come down. But you know, the thing is, it's the thing about trading, it's a if or okay, if this happens, then it's a if and then situation, right? So if price breaks this green box, then I'm okay to think that it's a breakout and price is going to go lower from here. If it doesn't break this green box, it means that the bearish momentum is not strong enough right now and it probably wants to pull back a bit higher before actually coming down. Okay, so we're gonna have to let the charts decide. Okay, let's go on to our next one, ETH/USD. Based on what I saw just now when we started the webinar, I should be in for a sell somewhere here, right? Where price is right now. So that being said, I just want to reanalyze to see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get stopped out probably, but it's hard to say, right? You see, the thing is, price is always moving in a zigzag pattern. Why is this yellow when I want it to be red, and why is it red when I want it to be yellow? Okay. Price is moving in a zigzag pattern. So if this is one of those downtrend, right? Technically, it should come back one time, and I might get stopped out. Okay, but that's theoretically. The price never moves in such a beautiful pattern. Okay, so I'm looking at this, and am I still thinking that it's a sell? Let's see. I know for a fact there's still a bit of room for Ethereum to go down. Okay, not for a fact, but because, like I said, I analyzed on Elliott Wave, and Elliott Wave is showing me that Ethereum still has a little bit of room to go down, right? Ethereum still has some room to go down before it starts with the bullish trend. So let me just see what I have here. Anything is making sense. Okay. I think Ethereum's gonna go down, but it needs to pull back first. So there could be a chance that I might get stopped out. Okay, what I'm hoping to see rather than getting stopped out is that price goes sideways for a while, then it drops. Okay, so it's gonna have to go sideways for a while. Um, I mean, I'm reanalyzing it and I'm still seeing the same thing as I saw last week. I'm not seeing anything new yet. Why is my brain not working? Where's my, okay, there you go. So this is what I'm seeing, right? This is probably the same green box I drew from last week. Yeah, it looks like this is the same green box I drew from last week. That means I'm still seeing the exact same thing I did from last week. Okay, that being said, my stop loss is still here. Will I get stopped out? We shall find out next week. my entry right now, if I were to re-enter this trade right now, I'll just aim for the highest part, the higher part of the green box, hoping price comes back here. I hope price comes back here but misses my stop loss so I can get in for a sell entry. Okay, my take profit is not going to be as ambitious. So last week I had my take profit here, but this week what I'm going to do is be a little bit more conservative and put it just here, which is the 1,600 area, basically 1,650 area. Okay, somewhere along this line. It is a very good risk to reward profit. Okay. At this point, I'm just randomly taking somewhere. I'm basically aiming for this zone. I'm basically aiming for this zone for my take profit. So I'm just gonna put it maybe in the middle somewhere here. Okay. Just conservative, but obviously I hope price just drops from here, right? Because I'm already in this trade. I'm already in this trade somewhere along this run. I hope price just drops from here and then I can just take my profit and be done with it. But now that I'm reanalyzing it, I think there's a good chance price might pull back first. And then from that pullback area, drop down. Okay. Well, the same indicators. There is definitely some bullishness right now because you can see that price already broke the 50 moving average. Okay, there's some bullishness right now. It might pull back to way higher. It really might just pull back to way higher. Okay, but it's okay. I'm just using the zones. I'm just using current whatever I'm seeing on the chart. So when I'm looking at structure, market structure here, right? Why did I draw this green box here? Because this is where the last swing lows were. This is where the overlap is supposed to be. So this green box is where there was action previously. Remember, price is very attracted to past history. Okay? Price is very attracted to price history. So if I pull back to even further, you can see that here in where this green box is, this is where price has always had some kind of reaction. Not always, but there was reaction every time price came here. It reacted in some way. So it came here and kind of went sideways. It came here, rejected, came here, rejected. So now that it's here again, I'm just biased that says there is going to be some kind of reaction happening, but hopefully it misses my stop loss, right? Hopefully it misses my stop loss. So for me, the fact that I'm already in this trade, what I'm going to hope is that price continues to move down, and then I'm going to move my stop loss here. But honestly, because I'm reanalyzing, to be very, very honest and to very, very objective and not biased to what my current trade is, I think there's a good chance it will pull back first, like I said. And then from that pullback, only then does it drop down. But obviously, emotionally, I hope it just drops down from here. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely bullish right now. Bullishness right now. Not that it's bullishness, it's just upwards momentum pulling it back, but I don't think the downtrend is over. I personally do not think the downtrend is over. Nope. Yeah, looks like there's a little bit of room left for price to go up. On RSI, no. RSI looks like it reached the peak, but for stochastic, it looks like there's a little bit of room left for price to kind of come up one more time. Okay, so we shall see what happens. Um, I can only hope for the best. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but yeah, this is what I think it's going to happen realistically. Um, that there's going to be a pullback first before a drop in price. Okay, let's go into our last chart for today, which is gold. I really, if you guys know me, every time I do a gold analysis, I like to call for a buy, but I mean, price is going the opposite direction. Okay, I think there is a possibility, right? Not confirmation, but just a little possibility that the downtrend might be over. Okay, and I will tell you why I think that. So earlier on, I was analyzing gold. It's like, okay, gold has always been moving in an uptrend, right? There's no denying this. It's been moving in an uptrend. Up, zigzag, down, up, pull back, up, pull back, up, pull back, up, and then pull back, up, pull back, up. Now it's a very deep pullback. The question now is the pullback completed? Okay. Are you guys done with the pullback? Do you want to pull back a little bit more or not? Okay, I think the pullback is exhausting. I cannot, it's very hard to call for bottom, right? It's very hard to call for an exact trend reversal in the bottom. But why I think it's probably reaching an exhausted, trading view needs to get rid of this function. Okay, because it has reached. Give me a moment, guys. I actually did this analysis already just now. I just need to find the same levels I did this on. Okay, so just now when I did this analysis, okay, I was taking it from here, I think. Okay, and there was already a few Fibonacci levels standing up here where price is, where the bottom is. Okay, so the fact that there was already a few Fibonacci lining up there makes me feel like, okay, price has probably reached a support area and it's time to bounce back. Okay, possibly reach a support area. Again, I could be wrong, right? Two, three. Okay. I have the 17. No, there was one more level that I was looking at here. 1, 2, 3. Just give me a moment to find them. I already did this analysis just now. I just accidentally erased everything. Okay, so everything's gone. One, two, three. Okay. Anyways, guys, I can't remember exactly, but just now when I was doing the analysis, I don't want to waste more time trying to figure it out because we've only got like a few more minutes left. But anyways, just now when I was doing the analysis, there were two Fibonacci levels that was lining up here and one that was lining up here. So it made me feel like, okay, we're probably reached a resistance zone. Oh my gosh, this needs to stop. Okay, a resistance zone here where price currently is right now. Okay, so I think not a resistance zone, a support zone. And it's not that price cannot go down lower, it's just that it will have a hard time going down lower. Okay, this is the same concept that I tell you guys a lot. Okay, imagine this is you. Okay, you are walking and you are walking and you're walking and you reach a door. If the door is very light, it's made out of plywood, there's no locks on it, chances are you can push the door open and then you can go into the next room, right? But if this door is made out of iron, okay, there are lots of locks on it, okay, you need a key or a password. No matter how hard you push, you won't be able to open this door and then you will have to turn back, right? It's not that it's impossible to open this door, it's just that it's very, very difficult, okay? it is very difficult to open a door with a lot of resistance. Okay, so that being said, this is where price is right now. Price has reached this red box, which seems to be a heavy door. Okay, it seems to want to open the door, but it's having a hard time, so it's retracting. It's like, I'm having a hard time opening the door. The question now is, does it want to come back a second time to retry to open the door, or is it done and does it want to go higher? Okay, so based on what I see, I'm going. Give me a moment. I was going to call for a very, very, very short sell. Sorry, not sell. A very, very short buy, actually. Buy as in for a pullback. Right? So this is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to pull back, and then once it reaches wherever it's done pulling back to, it probably will come back and retest again the second time. It will retest this zone where I drew again a second time. But right now, as of right now, I think what it's going to do is go up first. Okay, so this is going to be another what if situation. Again, I'm so tempted to call for a sell. I am so tempted to call for a sell, but I know that's just being risky because price has reached a resistance zone. Hey, give me a moment, guys. Okay. This is a low probability setup, okay? This is my disclaimer. Please do not get into this trade. Please do not copy this trade. Okay? There is a good chance price wants to go up, right? But it needs to break this red box. This red box is also another resistance. See, price came here one time, it reversed. Came here a second time, it reversed. It came here a third time, it reversed. We are here, came here a fourth time, it reversed. So if it comes here the fifth time, I think it will have a very hard time breaking this red box and therefore reversing, right? Logically, that's easy to understand, right? So this is a low probability setup, okay? And it's also a very risky trade. I'm calling for a sell. Stop loss being right above here. Sorry, stop loss being right. Okay, hold on, guys. If I'm gonna get into a risky trade, it has to be a very good risk reward. Otherwise, I'm taking the risk for nothing. Okay, and I'm just going to play it back here. It's a very short scalping day trading trade. It is high probability. It might work, might not work. Because of the structure of the charts, it's very hard to say. Okay, because we are currently kind of at a deciding point when it comes to gold. Yeah. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. Again, this is not a high probability setup. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you learned something from me. I hope it helps you see things from a different perspective. Yep, I see. This is why you have requirements. That's why you put requirements when it comes to your trade. So my requirement was that it needs to break this green box before it can go lower. It doesn't look like it's going to break the green box. It looks like it's, as of right now, I cannot say for sure, but as of right now, it looks like it's going back higher. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys. Okay, take care, everyone. Bye. See you guys next week.